We are live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. We're going to give it a
Welcome,
couple of
welcome,
minutes.
welcome. Sorry for the long delay. Personal stuff, things like that. Can't. Can't get into it. I'm sure, but yes, some things you have to do real life.
Well, at this, we just, sorry. Yeah, there's going to be some spotty times from here on out, and I do apologize for all that. My father is sick, and it's terminal,
Hmm.
and he's in hospice right now, at home hospice. So it's going to be very spotty, and I do apologize for that.
You don't really
Um,
need to apologize. Real life goes
but
first. You know.
I know, but I feel bad all the time canceling. But I know people understand, and I'm sorry that I didn't come out with this sooner. It's just I didn't want to, but because I didn't want to face it, but now I
Hmm.
can face it, and now you guys know. And I thank you all for the support and the love, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty tough, but
It's a shitty situation, but we're
yeah.
good. He's in good spirits. That's
I'm
all I'm
glad
gonna
he's
say.
doing. I'm glad he's in good spirits. Hopefully, you know, things improve. But I'm sorry you're going through that. But
Thank you, Grandma. Hey, Grandma. Long time. Hey, Jackie. We're all in good spirits. He's made
Mhm.
peace, and that's what matters.
Yeah, so that's why it's been very spotty because Tony's kind of got to deal with that. He's that's more important than and he just we have to work around his schedule. If he's free, he's free. That's how it goes. So, but yeah. So we figured we'd start about with Jada Pickett Smith a little bit.
Mm-hmm. This, this,
Uh,
this thing.
yeah. This is an interesting one. Apparently, her original statement was that they were separated since 2016.
Yeah.
I was sitting there, I was like, what?
How could you lie for that long? Does that make sense? If you were separated from your partner and she did so many interviews, do you think you could lie about that for so long?
And then, like, I mean, that woman has been dragging Will Smith for quite a while. I mean, fantasizing about a deceased rapper to dating one of her son's friends and doing an affair, admitting
Yeah.
it on a fucking live stream on Facebook and to humiliate your husband,
Oh no, not
releasing
Tupac. Yeah.
yeah, Tupac. And then like that video, that home video where he literally see like Will Smith almost in tears. This woman has dragged this man along, and it's just terrible. Like
And
this,
he's been the perfect gentleman. Let's be clear. Take the whole Chris Rock thing out of the picture. We're talking about Jada and Will. He's been a gentleman through the whole entire thing, and it's kind of sad at the same time. Does that make sense?
man. Imagine, you know what? Imagine you growing up and you listen to this guy. You watch his various TV. He was on
Yeah.
various TV shows like Prince of what was it? Prince of Bel
Fresh
Air,
Prince, Fresh Prince
Fresh
of Bel
Prince
Air.
of
Yeah.
Bel Air. Everyone watched that show. Men in Black. Multiple movies this man is. Everyone was like, this guy is like literally. There's people
Hey,
probably.
Tana.
Hi Tana. There were probably people that fantasized about being this man, and now he's like honestly
He's
the
a shell of a
saddest.
man.
Yeah, he's like the saddest man in Hollywood, to be honest with you. I'd rather be like Nicolas Cage and have to deal with the IRS than
And
be Will Smith.
it's weird too because Tupac and Jada, they were together at one point. They were before he got engaged and he was sent to the first prison. It's just weird transition from hey, I'm going out with Tupac to Will Smith too. Like it's like what's going on here? The timelines don't match up. Is all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
So this is from what is this from?
Hey Tanith. Hey Bluntby.
Here's one thing. This is from today, the show today. Exclusive Jada. It's like 5 minutes. We're gonna watch it, react to it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna watch a few other things. Kind of a chill, but I just can't believe this poor man's being dragged. Oh my god. He
He's
needs to
being a gentleman. He is being
he needs
he is
again.
being
He
a saint.
needs to get rid of this woman. She is a parasite to him at this point. Like really, like she is destructive.
I wish he did it. I wish they would have done this sooner because they've been
Well,
together for
the,
over
well,
20 something years.
yeah, but you're gonna well. technically less because they were
Yeah,
separated in
true.
2016.
True.
But now, like, she's doing a book tour and she's like kind of backing out of this. But this is the original statement.
Yeah.
She opened up about an issue that has
There you
been
go.
kept secret until now.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the
Wait a minute. Can we just go back to the motherfucking book? Did you really
Everybody
write
has a book out. Everybody, Britney Spears came out with
Worthy?
one. Jada, yeah, Worthy. I don't know.
This woman needs to like get a reality check. Like, first off, fucking holy shit. Worthy. Oh my god.
I don't get the
there are so
title.
many
I don't get the title. This woman is just
Like she had a struggle.
Cuckoo.
Yeah.
surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was
What the hell is that affect, by the way?
What are you talking about? Like
Her emotional response to that particular thing.
it's like a haha moment.
It's like a haha moment. Like,
Yeah, it's like a aha. Yeah, that's true. Like she was waiting for somebody to be like, "Y'all were split." But the thing is, though, that's not something to be happy about, especially when the
No.
man is on his knees, literally doing everything that you want him to do.
Like, you're treating this man like dirt.
not a divorce on paper,
Right.
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
Hey, Pecan.
But in public, the couple, who married in 1997, denied the gossip about their marriage. This interview on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen was taped a year after Will and Jada separated.
So how long have you guys been together?
23 years.
Wow. That's amazing. How do you keep it hot?
How do I keep it hot?
By the way, the most inappropriate question to ask anyone on a fucking TV show, by the way.
Yeah, but he does interviews with like the Real Housewives of New Jersey and Hollywood, and
Like, how do you have sex in your house? Do you use
like,
leather?
you guys been together for a long time? Is the sex good?
Do you use whips? Do you use whips? Do you use chains? Some
How
like
do you
bondage?
keep that alive? Yeah,
Like, no,
that's
no.
so
like,
weird.
it's
But you
a
can
fucking
see
weirdo
Queen
question.
Latifah. I feel like Queen Latifah knows the tea about the whole situation, and
Yeah, we'll
she's
see
sitting
that.
back and she's like, "Yeah, Jada, tell them
Tell them about your sex life, your non-existent
how
sex life
amazing it is
with your husband that you haven't been with for years.
with a friend of the family."
I mean, unfortunately, she sleeps with the friends of the family. That's the
And
problem.
he was yeah. Oh, we'll get to that, y'all. Mhm.
She slept with her own son's friend. I mean, like,
Oh, that's so fucking Mrs.
I mean-
Robinson. Like,
humiliating her own fucking husband.
Maybe I don't know. I mean, I'm baffled, really.
Yeah, right.
We are too.
For the
We-
next
we all
several
are.
years, Jada and Will kept up the appearance of a committed married couple. They even faced a scandal when Jada had what she called an entanglement with a family friend. Neither let the public know they had already split. So I guess the scandal when Jada had
Like, she slept with this guy,
Why-
which was the
why-
friend which is her son's friend, right?
yeah, he looks like T-Pain, but it's not T-Pain, y'all. I don't know who he is. I don't know if he's a rapper or whatnot. Or a mumbler.
I think he is. He is like some.
He's
singer.
a mumble rapper.
Yeah.
So, but it's not T-Pain. A lot of people were like, "Oh my God, that's T-Pain." I'm like,
How old was he at the time? Let me see.
He's probably a couple years older than. Hey, Nene, Pecan, Montana, welcome everybody. I don't know how old he is. I don't even know his name. Do you know his name?
I'm just give 1 second. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see.
But she looks really happy with him.
Okay, so I'm reading an article. It says new details about Jada Pinkett Smith's 4-year affair with son's friend. Jada Pinkett played it down as an entanglement, but it's been revealed her relationship with August Alsina lasted 4 years. Yes, August Alsina, the singer.
4 years?
Yeah, 4 years. The singer who was the other half of Jada Pinkett Smith's romantic entanglement watched Chris Rock's comedy special, and he thought it was funny. August watched the Netflix special, and he laughed, and Source told the Post he thought it was not only funny but truthful. That was the best part of him.
Oh, because that comedy special that Netflix had with Chris Rock talked about the hit. Like,
Yeah.
Chris Rock joked about it. Obviously, it happened to him. He's going to make jokes about it.
Let me see. In it, Rock speculated that Smith smacked him not just over his joke about Pinkett Smith baldness, comparing the actress to who has alopecia to G.I. Jane, but also Smith was unleashing built-up anger over her affair with Alsina.
Yeah, because this was happening before and after the hit. Let's just call it that.
Yeah.
So
Louise.
yeah. And if she wants Tana says if she wants a poly, then that's fine, but she needs to admit to that. Well, that's the thing too. Like, she does need to admit at least to Will.
Okay,
to her husband.
he was 30 years old at the time, and she's 51.
I can't dog that. It's not like
Well, I mean, if it was like an open relationship, like first of all, even if it was an open relationship, you shouldn't be sleeping with your son's friend, by the way.
No, that's creepy. That's creepy. And if you want a poly relationship, by all means, it's not our business what they do in their bedroom. It really isn't. But you should probably talk to your husband, Will Smith, before you decide that they should be in a poly relationship. At least him. I mean, he is your husband.
Yeah, also, if it's like one of those situations where you're together as like, the face of it, you're going to be like together in the public, but you're able to, you have your little affairs on the side. Yeah. You got to keep that shit secret, ma'am. You know what I mean?
Or flip of the coin too, man. If you're doing this and you're parading out taking pictures like this, own it.
Yeah.
Be like, me and Will are polyamorous, and that's it. And it's
I don't know if
he's business.
I haven't heard him cheat on anyone with any other.
He hasn't been with anybody. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it's not an open relationship. She's just fucking. I don't know.
She wants her cake and eat it too. Let's be real.
Yeah, she's a wackadoo.
What she called an entanglement with a family friend. Neither let the public know they had already
for 4
split.
years.
So I guess my question is, I feel like you're a straight talker.
I am.
Except you're not sometimes.
Yeah.
So why do that? Like, what?
That was kind of
made
no fucking sense. I know you're a straight talker, yeah, but you aren't sometimes. Yeah. She's a fucking liar.
She only wants it's. Do you think that maybe she's trying to keep up with the appearance?
Yeah, that's what's happening. She's leeching, like they have she's leeching kind of from Will Smith. I feel like that's the situation. Think about it. Like,
Blunt B just said rumor he banged Margaret Robbie. I think
that's a rumor. See, that's
a rumor though. Yeah,
at least he didn't. At least he didn't go on a fucking live stream and just sit there and says, "Yeah, I had sex with Margot Robbie and it was good."
Yeah, because that's what Jada. Let's be real.
That's what she did to him.
I know we like to talk about, fragile masculinity, these men out here that are, throwing their weight around. They're the man of the house. Will Smith isn't like that. When you sit back and you look, you know who the man of the house is, and that's fucking Jada. Will Smith feels like he has no say whatsoever that happens in the house. And if anybody's been on TikTok, you've seen the videos.
By the way, I mean, like, bro, like, I'm looking at the pictures of these two together, like Pop Culture X. Like, he really needs to, like, just pictures with Margot Robbie and,
Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn, right? Barbie? Yeah, Barbie. Yeah, well, good for him.
Honestly, he needs to leave her and get to this woman. Like, to be honest with you, 100%.
They need to split up and just do whatever that makes sense. I cannot fathom being in a relationship with somebody for over 20 years or faking a relationship and just wasting your life.
Well, she says it was only from 2016 she was faking it. So
That's a long fucking time.
that's like 7 years she's been faking it, which is quite a lot.
What was the reason?
I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us
Yeah.
how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out.
What?
But okay, that's right. They did do a movie together. They did
Yeah, they did,
S Squad. Don't say just S Squad.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
Harley Quinn and he was
Yellow
Deadshot.
Living Squad or whatever. I don't know. But you could say suicide. I don't. You know.
Can we? I don't know. We don't know.
It's a movie. It's a movie. It's all.
Oh yeah,
over
Suicide
YouTube.
Squad. Yes, you're right. Suicide Squad.
Come on.
See, I forgot about that. It was
It's
a good
a movie.
movie.
Okay, that was like
You know how YouTube is lately.
Yeah, sometimes I say fuck YouTube. But anyway, that was like a whole lot of nothing. I didn't understand what the hell she's like. I feel like people just double speak, like they just like they don't make any sense when they say words out of their fucking mouth. And then like because like if this was like a normal person from like a normal person, people would be like, What did you just say, ma'am? But because she has money and she's famous, like this news reporter just has to sit there and be like, yeah, that's so existential. So that's so great of you. Like it makes no fucking sense.
Do you think she just wants the last name?
I think honestly, I think she's been like I don't know. She's in love with a deceased man. That's who she
she will always be, which I can get. I can totally understand that, and Will totally understands that too. It's just when a loved one is taken away like that, and when you're so young, I can get that. But the thing is, if it's that bad that you can't move on and love your husband properly like that, then maybe you shouldn't be with him.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
This is this part again. Sure, if I'm missing something and trying to make sense of this, what this woman is saying out of her mouth.
Okay.
Maybe like you can understand what she's saying.
Except you're not sometimes.
Yeah.
So why do that? Like, what was the reason?
I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people?
Hey, Wayne.
You know? And we hadn't figured that out.
How we figure out how to be in partnership and present it to people.
It sounds very fake.
It is fake. It is fake.
Like Jada, fuck's sakes. If you do not love him, let him go so he can heal. Because what you're doing right now is you're taking a grown man who's already been through the ringer and you're putting him through so much right. How hard is it to let go? Like, it's so sad to see somebody wrapped around somebody's finger. We all notice it, but Will won't, because there's a thing called stupid in love.
Yeah.
When you're in love with someone, sometimes you get stupid.
Hi, Kenneth. Hi, Denise. Hi, Blunt P. And hi, Wing Zero. Hi there.
Hello.
Just saying hi.
During our walk in Baltimore, Jada reflected on their breakup.
Why did the relationship fracture?
Oh, why it fractured? That's a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I think by the time we got to 2016, we were just exhausted with trying. I think we were both kind of still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be.
Jada says she considered a legal divorce, but could never go through with it.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work.
I would say cheating on him with another man would be a great reason to get a divorce.
It would. I mean, I'm going to tell you this right now. Divorce isn't as bad as what you think. I've been divorced. I'm going to tell you this right now. And me and my ex-wife are the best of friends now. She is my rock. I love her to death. She loves me to death. We just knew we didn't work together. Do you get what I'm saying? And when you get to that realization, oh God, it feels so good. And you can work with that person. Divorce isn't always a bad thing. It's sometimes fucking needed.
So, yeah.
Work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
Oh God.
I have so many questions.
You
Yeah,
live separately.
me too.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. You live separately. You're sleeping with other men. You might as well just make it efficient, like official.
4 years. Yeah,
No.
4-year relationship though. She had with that kid.
Yeah, that is no like just like, you know, one night stand. You know, it's 4 years.
Yeah,
So do I.
that's
I have
that's
so many
bonding.
It was the strangest. It was the strangest kind of revelation to realize.
Freudian slip there. That's the strangest. She had a Freudian slip there.
Is that these two people have had separate lives. I mean, they have not called each other husband and wife in all of those years.
Except for the appearance everywhere they went.
Except for the appearances, right? Including at the Oscars.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, there's a whole chunk in this book that we're going to get into in the Dateline special and also a little later here.
Oh God, they're doing
of
a
what
special.
happened in that moment when he said, you know, get my wife's name out of your mouth, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's a whole backstory there too. But Jada is candid and honest in this book. I mean, she's saying things that she's never said. So they've kind of been living this pretend life publicly.
For years.
They knew the secret. They know it.
So now she's telling everyone. Yeah. But they're not divorced. Nope. So they're separated.
And they don't plan on it. They don't plan on getting divorced.
I think a lot of American families can relate, though. I think there's a lot more distance between husbands and wives than anybody ever really talks about.
Yeah.
But this sounds.
Is that a fact, or am I like?
There's a lot of issues that ain't none of your business. That's the thing, though. Like, there's a lot of like I go back and I think about me and my ex-wife, and there's a lot of things that I'm not going to talk about. And the thing is, too, is I can sit back and go, Jada and Will, this is your personal life. I don't care how rich and famous you are. Don't make it public. You don't have to. You don't owe me anything. I don't. Keep it to yourself. But Jada is the one who made it public, and then the questions started coming out. So I blame this on Jada, because they could have made this matter a private matter and tried really hard, but they didn't. And now I'm going, okay, well, then what's the next chapter going to be? And that's not my fault for being nosy. It's hers.
All right, so let me read an article. It is, let me just put this on Jada Pinkett Smith so we can all. By the way, just a nitpick because I'm an asshole. Why the fuck are they in the middle of like a yard in the middle of an interview?
That's what I wanted to ask you, because I thought, oh, maybe they're talking about Tupac now because they're outside. But yeah, like I didn't know like why they changed it.
Okay, so an article I'm reading, it says Will Smith makes a surprise. Hey, Alec, a surprise appearance at Jada Pinkett Smith's book event to support her amid separation news.
God help me.
Ever since Jada Pinkett Smith kicked off the publicity tour for her new memoir, Worthy, last week, fucking cringe.
I cringed so hard. My cats cringed. They're listening to you. Yeah, no.
I swear. The public has been learning a lot about her marriage to Will Smith, namely that the couple separated in 2016, but in some ways, it seems their current relationship is as strong as ever.
Oh, that's a lie.
Which
don't lie to me. That's a full ass lie. Don't
tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies.
I got that meme stuck in my head now. Why you always lying? That's
why you're always lying. Which the two affirmed Wednesday night by appearing together at a hometown book event for Pinkett Smith. Though Smith had jokingly posted an official statement to Instagram the morning, he clearly had more to say. Quote, I just wanted to come out and just be here and hold it down for you the way you have held it down for me, end quote. Smith told his wife before a packed crowd at the Enoch Pratt Free Library in Baltimore, according to the Baltimore Sun, quote, we've had a very, very long and tumultuous relationship. We call it a brutiful, which is B-R, no, it's a combined, B-R-U-T-I-F-U-L, so it's like brutiful.
That doesn't sound healthy at all.
Yeah, that sounds like something not very healthy.
Oh, real quick, before you keep reading, let me answer Pecan. Pecan says, so you don't believe Will Smith has any say so in anything, and he will just sit down and doesn't ever say no, I do not. We don't know what's behind closed doors. There are some videos out there that Jada has recorded. There was one video that you guys can find. I don't know if it's on YouTube, but I definitely know it's on TikTok. She did it on TikTok. She was filming Will Smith, and Will Smith says, "I don't want to be filmed right now. Please don't put the camera in my face." And Jada's like, that this is what me and the therapist were talking about. And she's shoving the camera in his face, and he was so calm. And then the gaslighting happened. And this is true. I'm not making this up. Go on TikTok. Will, there it is.
Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Esther, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Because she don't just.
She helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another.
My social media presence is my bread and butter. Okay.
Yep.
So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start. I'm standing in my house.
Please watch us stare at the red table because she's helped us a lot. Can't you tell?
You just having fun.
No, I don't care how rich and famous I ever get, which will never fucking happen. But if I'm rich and famous, even if I'm poor and still living in the ghetto that I am today, if my partner starts going and recording me out of the blue without my permission with a camera in my face and gaslighting me like that, I don't think I could ever be as calm as Will Smith was. I would be like, bitch, get that fucking phone out of my face. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I don't fucking get it. Don't put it in my face. And he was a gentleman about it. And I give him praise for that. Because I would have gotten nasty. I would have been like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's crazy. No? And then the gaslighting of, doctor, therapist person, I'm still dealing with this foolishness. You're the one who put the camera in his face. He's saying nicely, please don't do it. And you still doing it and gaslighting him, making him look like he's the bad guy. Make it make sense. Tim, make it make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And a lot of people, I think people think they're like actors. Listen, I mean, I get it. You have a relationship and you don't want to tell people you're divorced because it's a relationship for convenience of monetary gain and stuff like that. But she is clearly fucking humiliating this man at every single chance. Every single chance. She just gets a chance to humiliate this man. I don't know. Just seems weird. And him taking it is just weird too, because it's either he just does not, he still wants to be with this woman. He's wants to be with her, and he's willing to just deal with any sort of humiliation he can get to. It's kind of like a weird, it kind of reminds me of an abusive relationship a little bit. You're just staying with this person because you're worried about losing them or something. I don't know.
It's stupid love. We've all been there at one time in our lives. We've all been that.
Let me ask you a question. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's say we reverse the roles and we made it so that she was separated, and Will Smith slept with his daughter's friend who's 30 years old, right? A 21-year age difference.
Oh, people would crucify him.
And Brodo humiliated his wife on film like that, and basically told his wife in front of a camera that he cheated on her, and all this shit. The fucking internet would crucify him. Mm-hmm. It would be it would be blood in the water. You would see
it would be around 1,000 more than what we see now.
Yeah, 1,000 articles, YouTube videos. Will Smith's a piece of shit. He might lose ad. There would be fucking ad campaigns that would drop him.
He would have lost more than what he did with what he did with Chris Rock, because he lost a lot when that thing happened. But this man has been through a lot, and you can see it. I don't think he's acting or anything like that. You can see it in his face. He's I'm trying to control myself to not act a fool.
You have a blessed day, Denise. You have a good one.
You have a good one and keep safe.
He would have gotten his balls cut off in the pot. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. It's really a big double standards. Hi Zen. It's a huge double standards to me. It's Jada's given a lot of motherfucking passes, and people
she is getting crucified, just not in a bigger way that Will Smith would be.
Yeah.
It would be on the news. They wouldn't be promoting her book. or his
Yeah.
book. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody's
And the
coming out
thing
with
is,
a fucking book lately. I should write a book.
yeah.
It would be a coloring book.
Yeah, it would be like a pop-up book.
Yeah, it would be
20
like,
pages
yay!
max.
Just a bunch of, jump scares.
Let me see. Okay, I'm reading the article again. I'm going to continue. We
Yeah,
call
go
it a brutiful. It was a brutal and beautiful at the same time. Okay. Several members of the extended Smith family were also in attendance, including Pinkett Smith's mother, Adrian Banfield Norris, and her two children, Jaden and Willow Smith. Plus Trey Smith, Will's son from a previous relationship with Cherie Zappino.
Oh, his first marriage.
Zappino.
Yeah.
Who was also on hand. Pinkett Smith describes Trey as her, quote, bonus son in Worthy. The event was mostly billed as a tall back between. I'm sorry. I thought I saw two L's. I'll read it again. The event was mostly billed as a talkback between Pinkett Smith and CNN legal analysis Lauren Coates about the new book. During their discussion, Pinkett Smith seemed to affirm that she and her husband are no longer separated. Okay.
Just get fucking legally divorced. Don't say I know you guys want to fight and you want to do this, but your kids are grown. They're taken care of. They got careers of their own. They're thriving. You did your part. Now it's your time to thrive.
Seems like someone thought they were going to get a bigger an applause from the audience about her separation and all that. And then she started getting some fucking kickback from it. And now she's running to Will, say, oh, no, we worked it out, guys. We worked it out. We're good. Back together again, guys. We're back together.
Well, there was
again.
2 interviews. Have you noticed that? It was the first interview was her.
And I heard the second interview was demanded by Pinkett Smith.
Yeah, because she was backstepping, doing damage control. Because Will was probably like, hey, what's going on? Again, I don't know who Will Smith is behind closed door. Well, the whole community.
No, I mean,
about what she was talking about.
I think it's mostly because she realized, oh, fuck. Because, if you don't think Will Smith knows what's in the book when it's coming out.
Oh, he knows.
He knows. So she got, a very, fucking blowback from it.
Oh, yeah.
Massive blowback from that shit. And
say she got a bigger blowback about the things she said about Tupac than what's going on between Will and her. That was the nail.
How about the fact that Pinkett Smith was saying that she was a crack dealer?
I wonder if she planned this because people are buying the book. Also, people are going to get the book because they want to hear the crazy. Okay, so do you think she planned this to be released during this time with the whole Tupac trial going on?
Yes.
I think they found the killer.
No, they
found a middle.
They found him.
Yeah, so Tupac, we're going. Do you think she planned it to be she's or I don't know. I don't know.
Ding, 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 ding.
I'm just saying,
you win a prize. You're right.
it kind of looked like that, right? I'm not trying to be nice. I love Tupac. Grew up with Tupac. I swear to God, if she's trying to market off this man, stop.
Well, if she's marketing off her own husband, do you think she minds marketing off a dead man?
I was just thinking that. I was like, well, the only reason why she's staying with Will Smith is just for the last name. Honey, you can keep the last name right after the divorce. Does she know that?
Yeah.
It's just so sad. The whole thing is just sad. I feel bad for Will. I really do.
During the book event earlier this week at the Pelham Performing, let me see. Okay, I didn't read the whole thing. Okay, from Pinkett. Will and me are good, Pinkett Smith told Coates on stage. All the people who don't understand and got something to say are just going to have to fall in line. The truth of the matter is, I'm not leaving Will's side, and he's not going to leave mine. We've been on a powerful quest, and I'm happier than I've ever been. End quote. During another.
No, sorry, I'm answering questions. How would she know of the arrest? I just typed it out, but there was about 2 or 3 months about the arrest with Tupac, the whole thing. There was about 2 or 3 months of it being slowly revealed because they didn't want to get people's hopes up that they found the killer. So it was about 2 or 3 months. She could have rushed publication on it and been like, hey, we got to push this now. We got to do this now. Hardcover this shit and go. Because we didn't find out just in one day about the arrest. It went on for a while. You know what I mean?
Even didn't the guy like fucking...
He blamed fucking P. Diddy.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, it's a whole thing. That's another show. But yeah, there's a lot of big names that are coming up, and it's been a couple months. So within those couple months from when she did the first interview just last week, she could have told her publisher, hey, rush this shit now. I mean, she's shady as it is. It's just a speculation. It's just a theory. That's it.
I don't know. B's response. He says, yeah, she always says if Tupac was still here, she wouldn't be with Will.
Well, yeah, see, that's the thing. I can understand you being traumatized that the love of your life is gone. I get that.
Bro,
but if you ain't ready to move on from that, you shouldn't have started anything.
I mean, I can't believe this woman, to be honest with you. You're with a guy who is a famous actor worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Is faithful to you. I haven't heard I haven't heard any like controversies where he's been cheating on her or anything like that. At least maybe I haven't heard.
Well, just right now we heard it tonight.
But that's just that's a rumor. But like no one's actually caught him cheating or anything like that. The guy is healthy. He's fit, and this woman still, like it's never satisfying for this one. I just can't believe it. It's just mind-boggling. Sometimes it just makes you wonder. This world makes you wonder. Yeah. So
that's all I can say. It's
Yeah. During another, like, you know how many women would kill to be in her position? Kill. Like literally kill someone.
It's so weird. It's so weird. And I keep on thinking about there's a VMAs, and this is like when I was like a teenager. So this is like I'm old as dirt. But it's when Wild Wild West came out. Will Smith grabbed the award and said, I am a singer, rapper who never swears and never does. And it was a direct hit towards Tupac because they did a memorial for him. And there's always been tension when it came to Tupac. You can tell. Like, this is history. You can't erase it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It continues. During another book event earlier this week at the Pyramid Performing Arts Center in New York, Pinkett Smith said that Smith smacking Chris Rock on stage last year's Oscars ended up bringing them closer together.
Oh, quote, yeah. Fucking stupid.
Quote, when I was sitting at the Oscars, it clicked in. And as soon as I was like, oh, snap, you hit Chris? ? Pinkett Smith said, quote, I was like, I'm riding with you. I didn't come into this place as your wife, but I'm leaving here as your wife because we got a storm and we're going to have to deal with it together.
No, she wants to ride that fucking fame pony because she's going to be a part of the topic for about 3 months, and then they're going to go on to some stupid Taylor Swift shit. And that's exactly what happened.
I'm not going to leave your side, end quote. Worthy's on sale now for anyone who wants to read more about the complicated celebrity relationship. Okay, how much is Worthy the book?
I don't know, but I was debating on getting that book just to read it or the Britney Spears book, and now I'm kind of like, I don't want to give Jada my money. I'll give Britney my money. Britney's book sounds better.
Okay, it's like $22.
Hey, Sleuth Mom.
Hey, Sleuth Mom. It's like $22.
Yeah, don't give her. Do not give her your money.
What? Can I ask a question? Who the fuck reads these books? Like, I'm. This is a serious question.
I'm not going to read her book, but I do read like
the celebrity books.
Yeah, sometimes I do. It depends. Like that Nickelodeon star that her book was named. What was it called? My Mother's Dead and I'm Happy or something like that. Like I got into it for that because I'm like, wow, these people really do spill all the fucking tea.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
I like a train wreck as long as it's not my train wreck. Does that make sense?
A little, but holy
like girlfriend. Exactly. Like sometimes, you guys know what I'm talking about. That Nickelodeon star. I'm Glad My Mother's Dead. I think that was the title of it, and it was her spilling all the tea about her being a child star and how her mother treated her. But I would rather read the Britney Spears book because this is too tragic. I feel so bad for Will, but I don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
The moment's here.
Today is the day.
You're giving birth to the
I'm
book.
giving birth. And it was so strange because, at the end of your special, I said, now I was saying it funny, Will's getting old. Somebody needs to take care of him. And I thought people would get
that's going to be you.
Yeah, I said that's going to be me.
Oh, good Lord, baby Jesus. God praise.
Way to backpedal your fucking book. Like,
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Oh my gosh. Hey there.
Did she think that she was going to release a book and people were not going to have opinions?
Did she think she was going to release a book and no one was going to read it?
Well, no. Do you think that she was going to release a book with all the dirty laundry? Well, the dirty laundry she's willing to admit in a book, and people were not going to have opinions? Like, I feel like she wasn't prepared that people were going to have negative opinions. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I'm going to take care of him. It was in the special.
You know what I think? This is what I kind of think. I think people hear like straight talk, and you're a straight talker, no question.
Right.
So
I thought you said sometimes you're a straight talker and sometimes you're not. Last interview. This was 2 days ago. This is 2 days ago.
So this was after her.
This is after her first interview.
Okay, so people are,
So, and this is the same lady that interviewed her for that special. So now they're playing damage control, and it's just funny. Like, holy fuck, man! They just lie to you in your face.
They think that we forget things.
Well, luckily we just played that last clip like fucking 20 minutes ago.
I think the confusion came from
we were broken up.
We were broken up, and then I think the next statement they would expect is, "But not anymore."
Yeah, we're back together.
Not anymore, because I think.
Did we hear anything where she says not anymore, and we're together and we're living together now? Or did you just basically say we live in two separate fucking places and we're separated? But we just have to keep it.
The last one. Yeah, she did say it in the last interview, but apparently now, 2 days ago, they're happily into one place, which I think is a fucking lie.
Oh, that is a fucking blatant lie. If she was Pinocchio, that fucking nose would be smacking the fucking news producer right now.
We would have a bonfire right now. Like,
I
feel like there were nuances, but
there are a lot of nuances.
So can we just again because then people call me like, wait, what happened? So if you were to describe your relationship,
beautiful place.
Yeah,
I will never leave Will's side.
Never,
ever. No. And that's all, you know what I mean? I'll never leave his side. But just like I explained to you yesterday, I'm not putting it in that box.
Yeah.
Like I worked so hard to dismantle all the romanticism, and I just want to love Will.
Wait a minute, Descent.
Wait. Press play for a minute.
You want to rewind it? Yeah.
I want her. Yeah.
I will never leave Will's side.
Never.
Ever. No. And that's all, you know what I mean? I'll never leave his side. But just like I explained to you yesterday, I'm not putting it in that box.
Yeah.
Like I worked so hard to dismantle all the romanticism, and I just want to love Will as he is. Right?
Okay, you can pause it now. Okay, so you want to be his best friend. That's basically what me and my ex-wife are. That's exactly how we were. We were like, we're not doing this anymore. You want to be his best friend.
You want to be like his roommate.
Yeah,
like his roommate.
Be his BFF. Do that, but don't string him along, thinking that y'all are together or not, or that he has a chance. That's what I'm saying. Like be his friend. That's what she said, right? Or am I getting it wrong?
Tanit says, my theory is he's finally ready to kick her out, or she thinks he is, and now she's scrambling to build a life once she can't ride on his coattails anymore. Tanit, you hit the fucking nail on the head on that one.
That's
the comment of the fucking day.
I mean, I don't watch a lot of Jada Pinkett Smith movies, but I do know that Will Smith is a bigger name than Jada is.
Really?
So, yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, what was one movie? Wasn't she in Set It Off or something? Like, I don't know what movie she's been in, but she's doing damn it. Like, she has the money.
Look at Smooth Mom's comment. poor Will smacking people alive for this woman, and she just wants to be roomies.
Right? Like, he fucking totally tanked his whole career and reputation to stand up for this woman, and she's just like, well, you're in the friend zone.
Bro,
I don't know what I would do.
No offense, Ted. She was in the Matrix movie, that is true, but she was not she was the most forgettable character in the entire fucking movie. Like I remember the kid that was like had nothing, that was like who died in that movie more than I do than her. I can remember almost every single character other than her. She's the most forgettable actress there is. There is one part of a TV show that she played, which was the Gotham, she played like a fish something, like Fish Kill. Pause game. Yeah. No clue she was in the Matrix. See what I mean? She's like such a forgettable actress, man.
And I'm not saying she's a bad actress by all means. I'm just saying I don't.
No, she's the worst.
I can just name Will's stuff more than I can hers.
No offense, she's the worst type of actress, which is the forgettable actress. I can forget. You have a terrible actress. She's remembered. You have a great actress.
Betty Davis, that's for damn sure.
No shit. She's no Betty Davis. She's no. Like, you know what I mean? Like. Just
At
saying,
least Betty Davis got fucking 5 divorces. You can't even divorce Will.
Will.
The fuck?
In any boxes. And I don't want to be put in a box. And let me tell you, it's been beautiful.
Fear of commitment.
It's been beautiful.
What does that beauty look like for you day in and day out? So are y'all living together?
It's just this beautiful connection.
Is she going to avoid it?
We will.
Look at that.
Not right now.
But you will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
Why is she stringing that man along? Don't do that to that man. Please don't. What the fuck is wrong with you stringing him along like that? She is sitting there like a queen and stringing that man along. It upsets me. It sucks.
I like this other, like the word that's leaning in. She's like just like trying to figure out, like she's really like analyzing
right now. Yeah.
You say that with such
clarity.
Because that's what it's going to be.
That's where it's headed.
Yeah.
And you both are on that page.
Yeah. And but right now I really do enjoy my space.
Yeah.
I get that.
She lives in a fucking mansion. Like they live in mansions. There's not enough space.
True.
I mean, you can live together and have plenty of space. Like you live in a mansion.
I live in a coffin. That's why I get it. Like I'm like, I do like my space. I am with somebody, but I do not want to live with them. But if I lived in a fucking mansion,
their house is the size of a fucking city block. Okay. Like that. Imagine like 2 people living in a city block. That's plenty of room. You don't need to live in a separate mansion. That just doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, maybe I'm just like
No, you get it. No, you're right. They rich. Let's be real. They rich. I mean, you go to the West Wing, I go to the other wing. Call it a day.
Yeah, it's definitely different energy. From these people.
I just feel so bad for him.
I am my mother's only child.
Yeah.
Right?
That explains it.
I mean, a little.
That explains.
I mean, a little, yeah. Yeah.
That 100% explains it. Makes perfect fucking sense now. Only child syndrome.
I'm just gonna say this, Jada. You're only doing this with Will because you couldn't do it with Tupac. Because if Tupac was to be alive today and you were still with him and you played this shit, he would have already had 3 diss tracks on you.
Bro, wasn't he engaged to another woman?
Before all that, there was a little bit of romance.
Yeah, but at the time he died, he was engaged, right, to another woman.
No, yeah, but the thing is though.
So there was no him and her. He did not. He was.
She claims that.
She claims a lot of things. She claims a lot of things.
But there was a romance with them for a short while. It was like a minute.
Who said it?
Huh?
Did Tupac say it or her say it?
There was interviews from back then.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying what was said. But again, this is all from Jada. But there's obviously pictures and stuff. I don't think that they were officially together. But when he was in that last prison before he was killed, he was with another woman, not Jada.
Sleuth Bomb says, not gonna lie though, I feel like there are a lot of marriages that operate operate at a certain point from a separate bedroom sides of the home. Yeah, but imagine like other side of the country. Like, would you really consider that a marriage if you're both living separate lives in separate houses, doing separate things? That's not a marriage. That is just simply
that's a long distance relationship.
That's
and
worse.
And they're too fucking old for a long distance. Like, they've been married. Like, if me and my girl got married, okay, we're together in the same house. Period. That's it. And if it doesn't work, we get a divorce. Simple as fucking that. I don't understand this staying married and having a 4-year relationship with your son's friend, which is
very you've got that. I mean, imagine
very Stacy's mom. That's all I'm saying. You know, that song comes into my head. It's just, that's not you trying to fix your relationship with Will. That's counterproductive, obviously.
I just only got the.
I would have been married to Heath Ledger if he wouldn't have passed. Oh yeah, I can see that. You guys would have made beautiful children. May he rest in peace. I would have been married to Anna Nicole Smith. I'm just saying. I love Anna Nicole Smith.
Well, you were not 90 years old, nor you're an oil tycoon, so she would not have married you.
I have a cute face.
Unless you're an oil tycoon and about to croak, she probably would not have married you.
And so having this time that I've had to myself has been fantastic. Just to get to know me, you know, even to have my house exactly how I want it. I don't have to be like, well, what color do you want this wall? You know what I mean? I can just do it.
You're the chooser.
I'm the chooser.
You're the chooser.
Right.
So when you imagine your life back together, because I'm sure you've seen it, how does that look to you?
We don't know yet.
You'll build that.
We'll build that, and it'll be something new.
Something a little confusing, might have added to the confusion, was on Instagram, and people like to read into Instagram what they like to see.
It's not like Instagram, you know, our videos and words, but anyway.
Will posted something on Instagram yesterday, and in it said something like, I'm turning off all my alerts or notifications. So here's what it looks like. Take a look.
Look at that face of fear.
I know that's like a
like I was like the fear, the face of fear. Like, let's just look at this. Let's see if we can slow that down a bit. I'm sorry, we're not
annoyed. She does.
Let's do a slow down. Okay, let's just mute it so we don't hear it. Maybe that may be a little bit too slow.
That might be a little bit too slow.
slow. Okay, half speed. That look.
Oh, look at even the mouth. She's like, oh, here we go again. She's like, God damn it. If you cannot see, this is the reason. I'm going to tell you something. The reason why I don't lie.
Biscotio.
The reason why I don't lie to people is because I have a shit memory. I'm not a good liar. Her, on the other hand, she clearly has a shit memory. She just continues to lie. Look at that face. That face is like, oh.
That should have been your screenshot. Mick, take a screenshot. Put this on the fucking thumbnail.
Hold on a second. Let me take a.
That has to be the thumbnail for this fucking video. 100%.
Okay, I'll do it now. Just don't press anything.
I won't press anything, guys. Deer in headlights. Absolutely. That's our thumbnail, guys. That's definitely our thumbnail for this fucking live. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it. You can clicky now.
Okay, cool.
I'm doing it now. I'm sorry.
Oh wait, you didn't get it?
No, I got it. I'm putting it up as a thumbnail now.
Okay, cool.
What I'm saying.
It's okay. We'll listen to what she says. Okay, that was just funny to me.
Alerts or notifications. So here's what it looks like. Take a look.
Fun fact about me. I can take a nap almost anywhere.
He has been traveling a lot. I've noticed that. Will's not even in the country.
Bro, shut off your notifications. Jesus fucking Christ, that would drive me
nuts. No, that's what that was the joke.
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
That isn't a reaction to this, you don't think?
I don't know.
Just like.
Well, here's the thing. Will Smith has a TikTok, and yes, I follow his TikTok. Can you go on TikTok and look at Will Smith? Look at his last post that he did, because he was like, I'm addressing the issues or something, and he just totally, like, the video, you're like, okay, he's gonna say something, and then you're like, oh, fucking Will Smith. It's on TikTok.
Okay, we'll
I
check
should
it
have
out.
sent it to you. I'm sorry. But he knows what's going on. I don't think he's in the country though.
Do you think he's like
enjoying his
separating?
life.
Do you think he's like escaping from this woman?
Yeah, like he's probably like, I'm gonna go. This
Fuck
woman's
this.
gonna kill me someday with all this stress. I'm gonna go see the Seven Wonders.
Do you think all those things were her? And he's like, "Fuck this, I am out." And he just has a bag, a suitcase of money,
Right?
and he's going to
He
another
should.
country.
That would be. I know he. Since the Chris Rock thing, TikTok has been his bread and butter. He lost a couple deals, but also today, the rumor, Jada has also lost a couple deals.
All right, Pecan. Cheating a relationship can survive, but a 4-year relationship while cheating, and that's not
it makes
cheating.
no sense. That's a full-on
you
fucking
having
relationship.
Yeah, that's like you having another relationship and just leaving them.
Do you know what that does to a person? Like, put yourself in Will's position during those 4 years she was with some other man.
Pecan.
And let's face it, she's just looking for another Tupac. That's the only reason why she was with that rapper.
Pecan says, yes, 100%. Okay, that's what you believe. I will tell you that if that happened to me, that woman would be dead to me. I'd be like, okay, well, you're
You don't
gone.
take cheating well.
Yeah, you could be gone. Goodbye. You have a nice day. But, that might explain why.
I can't say anything. Me and my wife cheated on each other, so I really can't say. I can't say anything. But me and my wife, like I said earlier, we're best friends. But I did cheat on her.
Yeah, but that sounds a little bit different than a 4-year relationship.
Oh no, never. Oh fuck no. Oh god.
That sounds like more like an emotional. That's
I
like
wouldn't be here today.
With your kid's friend. Yeah, that sounds like an emotional. And then Pecan's like, you're Italian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No idea what that means.
You didn't call him and say, "Hey, what is this?"
No,
she don't care enough to call him.
She's gonna build a relationship with him, but she doesn't know where he's at now,
or what he's doing, or
what he's doing, or what his TikTok or Instagram is doing. None of that. She has no clue about that. But now they're together and they're really building their relationship. Okay.
So, Will has his own sense of humor.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It said caption. It said all notifications are off, and then it was like.
Well,
ding,
I'm
ding,
sure
ding,
his
ding, ding,
notifications were
blowing up.
Yeah.
So maybe he just was like,
he was like, I'm
don't
good.
at me.
Yeah, because I looked and you put something on there like a laughing emoji.
Yeah. That was probably my team.
Oh, okay.
I hate that shit.
I
hate that shit. If
You
Will
can't
Smith
even
can handle his social media, you can.
You
He's a lot
can't
bigger than
even. She can't even text her own husband.
I don't see how it works. I don't know why she's stringing him along. Maybe this thing that he's doing, because if you look at his TikTok, he's clearly not home. He's out enjoying life.
Is that Jada Pinkett Smith?
No, it's actually my girl. See, that's the thing. My girl knows everything that I post, and she's like, "Hey, what is this? What is this? What are you doing?" Da, da, da. That's how our relationship fucking works. She knows I'm on YouTube talking to y'all. She texts me. Okay. Like Jada, it's not that hard. She
doesn't use a team.
No, yeah, that's what I'm gonna just text my girl back and be like, "My team will take care of you." You know how fast she would whoop my fucking ass?
You gotta do that. You gotta do that for a text.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
She'll get the joke.
Will respond to you in a moment. Please stand by. She's gonna be like, "What?" She's gonna be like, "You stupid idiot! What the fuck you talking about?"
Real time breaking up relationships from the show.
I don't even know if she's.
I said this earlier. I read this book in 2 days. I realized I am a speed reader after all. And one of the things that I learned about you is that you love radical honesty.
Yeah.
Even when it was like jarring. As a little girl, when your daddy said to you, like, I can't be there. And yet,
she likes honesty.
For the last, since 2016, you had to have been pretending a little, right?
Well, I wouldn't say.
Yeah, that's shade, by the way, guys. That's a smart way of doing shade. Like, you like honesty, radical honesty. Yeah. But you've been lying to everyone for the past since 2016. And that look, see that look in her face, like the realization, like, oh, you motherfucker. but she has to keep calm. This is like a little bit of a duel. It's a little bit of a duel. The shade duel.
We got to be careful with pretending, right? Because Will and I love each other,
right?
Oh God, but not in
all
love.
the love that you guys have
was
seen,
real.
That's real,
right?
There's no pretending there.
But like, if you would go on talk shows and they would ask you about your sex life, and
well, here's the thing about that. That's not anybody's business.
Yeah. So did you want to just say that then? Like, this is none of your business?
No. Because then that.
Wait, what? Why don't you just say it's none of your business? That's
I tell people that all the fucking time.
That's an appropriate response. I think that's actually a good response. I mean, like, why the fuck should the media know about your sex life?
My girlfriend texted back and she goes, "The fuck, I'm not online, broski." And she's laughing. And I was like, "Oh, we're making fun of Jada Pinkett."
Opens up a whole
She
nother
didn't get
door.
it.
Right? So
were you trying to just be diplomatic? Like,
I think it was just trying to give us privacy so that we could figure it out. Because here we are, solid as a rock, and people still confused. Now imagine, right, that we were in limbo, in limbo, not stabilized, both trying to figure stuff out, and then give that to the world and have to take all the pressure. That we're not trying to do all that.
I know that you guys had solid love over those 6 years, but you both are human beings, and to go without any relations for 6 years is an awful long time. So I would imagine that
7.
Both of you at
keep
some
it paused
point
for a
had
second.
Other.
This is what I got. This is what she said, and I'm blaming you. I'm blaming you, Tim, for this. She goes, "I was about to bring the crazy. Like, who are you talking to? I am the future ex-wife." That's what I call her, my future ex-wife. So, there she go. Oh, she just flipped. I'm blaming you. I'm gonna send her to you.
Send it to me. I got enough. I got a lot. She's gonna have to go on fucking line because there's a lot of people that dislike me. So she might need to go around.
Dislike you.
She needs to go online with the other people. Okay. She's gonna have to take a ticket. Okay. She could be 150.
Oh, like when they're waiting for the deli.
Yeah, like the deli. You have a great night too.
You have a good one. Keep safe.
No live from the guys Monday. I just heard Tony is in the. Oh, okay.
Oh, what was it?
Let me see. At this point, I'm wondering if she's even has a cell phone number.
Who's Tony? I don't know who Tony is, but I'm sorry.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about me? Oh, she's talking about me. I'm Tony.
I'm sorry. They caught me for a moment. I was like, Tony. I was like scrolling through the chat. I was like, what are they talking about? And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no, they're talking about my demise.
See, they just punked us.
She's not going to be alive on Monday. I'm going to be 6 feet.
Yeah,
she's going to put me 8 feet because she's going to stop me 2 more times.
She took that much better than I was. Yeah, it worked. It was a good joke. One more thing, I believe will.
Well, possibly. Tony is going to be here. Yeah, she will.
Maybe not loves, but other partners or relationships.
Listen, I can only speak for myself.
Yeah.
But, I had one situation and that was it.
Yeah.
I've been really working on myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really needed to take the time to figure out me. And that's the problem. People want to go from one.
Figure out you. You're a 50-year-old woman. Like, you're not
get your shit together.
Yeah, you're not like a 20-year-old or some shit. You're not like you're not, or even a 30-year-old. You're a 50-year-old woman with children. I think you should have figured yourself out a little bit a while ago. But I'm just saying, maybe I'm ignorant.
Or flip it. If you're trying to figure yourself out, maybe you should be letting Will Smith go so he can figure himself out. Like, nobody's perfect. There's going to be people in their 50s and 60s still trying to figure shit out. But the thing is, don't string people along in a romance that isn't there. Because she's not saying that she's in love with Will through this whole conversation. She loves Will. But I want to see if they ask her, are you in love, though? Because there's a difference.
Relationship to the next.
Yeah.
And I just realized, I was like, Jada, you have to build your relationship with yourself because you're the common denominator in your unhappiness. And I had to get that figured out. And I didn't have time to be doing all that. I really have been diving into me.
And that's what this book is all about, is this really beautiful self-exploration.
Yes.
And you're vulnerable. I mean, you're putting it all out there. And one of the things I've learned about your fans is they're fierce, man. I mean, some of them feel betrayed.
Right.
Have you read? Do you see that? Do you get that?
They can feel betrayed.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
you know, because life is messy, you know, and so is marriage. And unfortunately, it's not anybody's business of what's going.
You wrote a book.
You wrote a fucking book. And then you're going on all these talk shows, and you know damn well they're going to be asking you about, because for the last, 2 years now, people have been going on about your relationship with Will, and you're doing all this stuff. You think Will's not going to be a part of the topic?
Maybe don't let your husband stand up for you and show his ass to the world and get hate for it when you don't care about him. Yeah, you would think so, Cornelia. You would think so. But apparently, and then she says it's no one's business, but meanwhile she wrote a book that told the world. So yes, and then it is people's business at that point.
Well, that's the thing. Remember what I said earlier? Like, if she started this off and go, it's none of your business, I'll be like, okay, cool. But you made it public, so therefore now I got questions.
Yeah.
Going on in the most inner sanctum of our house. And so we've done it the best way that we needed to do it for us.
Right.
We can't live for other people. And I'm just sorry about that.
Yeah. Is that kind of the message for people who are saying, I'm confused, they let me down?
Yeah. You're like, people can be confused and people can be let down. You know what I mean? It's like, if you really take time and if you read the book, right? And I think that's what people need. People need context. They need to read the book.
Point out that the book,
So she wants people out of her business in life, but she wants them to read the book about her business in life to get a better understanding of her life, and not. My head hurts.
Do you think a part of Jada right now is kind of angry at the fact that we're ignoring majority of the book, that we're only interested in Will? And do you think that's why she's kind of doing all these talk things? Is because we don't know much about the book besides she talks about Tupac and she talks about Will. And Tupac's not here to defend himself. May he rest in peace. But Will is here, and people are more interested in that than her life's journey with other things. Do you think that she's a little bit better?
Yeah, I think she's a little bit better, because I think, like, whenever you enter, like, two actors enter into a relationship, I figure there is always some sort of competition. You know what I mean? And, you know, let's say, like, Will was the not as famous person and Pinkett was the more famous person. There might be bitterness that Will would have. And maybe that bitterness that, you know, Jada Smith has some sort of bitterness towards Will because he's more successful than her.
I mean, it could be that, yeah. I can see that.
You know, and I think that's why, like, two actors kind of marrying always kind of ends not so great, because it becomes that particular situation. But that's just, you know, my thoughts on that.
Yeah.
She wants the things that come out to be only the things she has curated and put in the book. Like many people before her, she hasn't learned that it doesn't work that way yet. Well,
no, she's trying to control the narrative. The thing is, though, people are catching you on a lot of lies from a lot of other interviews you've done in the past.
Well, a lot of people like Will better than Jada Pinkett Smith. Everyone loves Will better than him.
Part of the book is a chunk of the book.
Tiny part of it.
The book chronicles you throughout this journey that I think people will be surprised to see that, you know, there were moments where you didn't know if you would survive this journey.
Right.
And it takes you on all life's ups and downs. When someone threw you a life raft, how you almost drowned. I mean,
it's your, you know, in your attic and in your grandma's house, Grandma Marion.
Absolutely.
There's a lot there.
There's so much. I don't want people to think that this is
the headlines are it,
you know, and that the headlines are it. That part is just a little tiny part.
So we just watched the damage control interview. That was
that didn't work.
That did not work. That not great damage control. Okay, so what was the next claim? Okay,
Ellie, I haven't gotten over the Tupac thing either. That was devastating. Just like Lisa Left Eye Lopez, you never get over it.
Okay, so this is from Popcorn Planet. Apparently,
credit to them. They've been on this like.
So fraud ? 50 Cent's rapper calls out Jada Pinkett Smith drug dealing and Tupac lies. Okay.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen this one yet. So yeah.
And this is 2 days ago. So okay, so let me just drop the link. Anyone wants to sub. This is the channel. Obviously, we're gonna pause once in a while, fair use and all that stuff. All right, let me see.
Credit goes to them. And he just had surgery on his eye, too. So it's amazing that he's here today.
Oh, geez, Louise. Hopefully,
You know,
recovers
still
quickly.
doing. Oh, yeah.
We read Jada Pinkett's Worthy, so you don't have to. And
Thank the fucking
Thank
Lord.
you. I owe him so much right now.
Thank you, sir. You've done a service for us all.
Right, Grandma? 404 error.
in it, she profiles herself like some sort of Walter White.
Okay.
In it, she profiles herself like some sort of Walter White inside The Wire. Thankfully, a lot of industry folks, including 50 Cent and Jim Jones, in it.
Okay.
She
not
profiles
Jim
herself.
Jones.
We read Jada Pinkett's.
Okay, let me read what this says. Okay. One night on my way to go skating, Painter's Mill, dressed to a T, my pockets loaded with cash and a bunch of jewelry, I went on a quick run to Cherry Hill. I never went to Cherry Hill laced like that, but I didn't worry. I wasn't planning to be there longer than 15 minutes to drop off some product. And then it has something blacked out. While I was there, a dude whom I had previously bad dealings with and promised myself to never serve again came. I've never even seen it. No, I'm saying serve again. Okay. I know that's a weird drug dealing term there.
I know that's we don't talk like that.
Yeah, it's usually like, you know.
I'm not a drug dealer. I'm just
You're
saying I
not
have
like-
a past. I'm just saying we don't talk like that.
I'm not a drug dealer either. But I'm just like, I've watched enough shows. Like, I don't think I've ever heard that a drug dealer saying that. But okay.
Serve and like she's being very, very.
Is she like a bartender? But anyway, came to the door saying he was looking to buy. Suspicious, I say through the door. Wait a minute, wasn't she about to go on a run? Whatever. Okay. Quote, show me your money, end quote. Through the peephole. I see that sure enough, he's got a wad of cash. Quote, all right, hold up, quote, end quote. And I turn to make sure I've got the amount of product requested. Once I have it in hand, I open the door, leaving the chain on to make the transaction. And that's blacked out. Before I can grab his money, two dudes jump out, both holding 9mm, as they kick the door open, breaking the safety chain and point their guns at my head. And then blacked out. In terror, I fall back into the recliner. You got a recliner right next to the fucking door? Okay. I'm usually posted in the fall back into the recliner, and I'm usually posted in pee my pants. Okay. One of the dudes pressed closer to me and points the 9 to the middle of my head. The woman who lives there in the similar terror hides under a small round dining table as the second dude starts to scour the apartment. Quote, take off your jewelry, end quote, says the dude with the gun to my head. He is so cool about it that
And it cuts off there.
Okay, it's more. Cool. Okay, and there's other snippets that he puts in. Using in the mid-1980s cheaper form of coke known as crack, which was easy and cheap to make and said to be far more addictive than cocaine itself, began to hold in Baltimore. The idea, that explains maybe why she was doing the interview in Baltimore, okay, in that likely area. The idea that I could gain some financial freedom from... Who the fuck deals and says I gain financial freedom? Like, who the fuck talks like that as a drug dealer?
That's the thing, too. When you're in a situation like that and you can't get a 9 to 5, I can see that, but I don't see that for her. Like, she ain't about that life.
Yeah.
She ain't about it.
Usually you have, like, very little choice to being a drug dealer. It's either you be a drug dealer or you're not going to end well.
You starve. Yeah.
Yeah. The idea that I could gain some financial freedom by selling drugs just seemed practical to me. To make a way for myself in the landscape where so many awful things were happening. With the distorted reality that I had selling drugs was the norm and didn't seem as extreme as the horrors taking place every day. Like the time one of my homeboys was shot multiple times and left dead in the middle of the street from 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. The next morning, I'll never forget the sound of his mother and sister wailing in the streets all night as they stood by his body. There is a certain kind of quiet that hits place in the aftermath of murder, when the morgue is not willing to come to that part of town to retrieve the body of a young man stolen by violent bullets. Even the hood has its own way of mourning and paying its respect when its own is left to rot on the concrete under the midnight sky. This was real life, brutal, unfair. Best you could do was to win by any means necessary. Is that selfish? ? Yes, but that was survival. When you live in an environment where you are seen as unworthy and you feel unworthy, you are going to treat others that way too. These kinds of dog-eat-dog conditions can turn anyone selfish, which could make selling drugs simply part of the game life. This was my way of financial stability and mobility.
Walter White inside The Wire. Thankfully, a lot of industry folks, including 50 Cent and Jim Jones, are calling her out.
Okay,
Nobody
pause it.
is buying it. You gotta watch it.
Okay, 50 Cent. I'm telling you this. She's playing with fire here. 50 Cent is a part of the Crips. Jim Jones is a part of the Bloods. So let that marinate for a second when they're coming together to call her out on her shit. Now you can press play.
Yeah, her writing is crap. I shouldn't say her writing. She probably gave like a mess to the ghostwriter, the poor son of a bitch that probably had to write the book with the drivel that she gave him. And he's probably the best ghostwriter in the business, and he probably put this fucking book together. And this poor, you know what I mean? Like, this is the best he could do. So no offense to the ghostwriter, you tried. I'll give you that. You tried. You're probably the best ghostwriter in the world. You probably write better books than, but you were giving horrible material.
Watch this, guys.
Alternative, and I am joined by our erstwhile lead.
Steph stayed up all night. Thank you, Steph. Man, you are a trooper. All hail Steph.
Can we all give a round of applause to Steph, this poor woman that had to read this fucking book all night?
Oh, God, she was the one who read it. Good for you. I mean,
thank you, Steph. You've done a service.
And we don't mean that like funny. We actually are grateful for you because we are
no offense to my audience. I would not read this fucking book for you. I don't care. I'd rather set the book on fire. Matter of fact, I probably wouldn't even buy it because I don't want to spend $20.
She read about half of the book so far, and she's been giving me snippets to look at. And as it sounds like the beginning of this book is really detailing her we're gonna call it the D trade, okay? You guys know what it is, so we don't keep the
drug trade. We're not afraid to say the words around here.
Yeah, the reviewers, etc.
We're not that
what's
popular.
Really interesting is we're going to talk about what's in the book, but we're also going to talk about the people in the industry who are like, we're not buying this, Jada. We need to talk to some real people from the hood, from the areas you were in Baltimore, etc., to prove that this is legit, because no one's buying it, Steph. No one's buying it. And then even 50 Cent is coming forward, going against her hard. So we're going to go to those reactions. But Steph, let's start with what she's claiming in this book, where she literally details herself as being the queen pin. Is that a summary? Is that a proper term she wants to call herself during this weird chapter of glorifying her as a drug dealer?
Yeah, so essentially she begins to explain why she wanted to get into the D trade in the first place, really.
We read that. She thought it was financial freedom.
Especially with her upbringing not being too great in some respects. Now, she was turning around and she was like, look, it was her way to financial stability and mobility, saying that, if anyone was going to give me the trappings of the good life, it was going to be me. I came to the conclusion that I could be a successful dealer as any man. In my view, I could work my way to running a whole operation and be a queen pin.
So she was planning on running a whole operation. Well, like, if she was a drug dealer, wouldn't she have to work with she would have to work for someone.
She would have to work with a camel. She would have to work with a camel to get the product in. It's not like she's making it.
Yeah, and there would be like a certain quota that she would have to meet, and also she would have to have a spot where she would deal it, and dealing.
Mind you, she would have to fight for a spot.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the thing too, because there's turfs.
Yeah, and she doesn't even have a gun. Did she say that she had a gun? Oh wait,
I think she did. She had a 9 mil.
A 9 mil. Okay, well,
and then supposedly the other guy had a 9 mil too.
Had she ever killed anyone?
I don't think she. I think she wanted. I think she likes the fantasy of Tupac because Tupac, he had a past.
Like let me tell you something.
He lived it.
Never have a gun if you're not prepared to kill someone.
There's
the
no
worst,
point in having it.
Yeah, it's worse than not having a gun because that motherfucker will take that gun and blow your head off. Yeah. Always have a weapon that that's the thing. Like, so she had a gun that she's just holding around. I don't believe that shit.
And she does detail the said operation as she was working inside of Baltimore at the time in this book, essentially saying that her first goal of having an acting career became secondary because she was under the illusion she could actually become a bona fide queen pin. The timing was right, that Baltimore was a home.
To become a queen kingpin, you have to kill a lot of people. Like I watch a lot of little documentaries on and they are like the female kingpins, like like the drug dealers are more ruthless than any men I've ever seen. So
they're not writing books.
Yeah, they're dead, by the way. But the point is that to be like that position, you have to get number one, you have to get product. Number two, you got to have fear.
You have to have money.
You have to. Well, the money will eventually. You have to slowly build up. But like to be that type of position, you have to be prepared to kill a lot of people. Don't think that and if you're not, you think you're just going to do like a little business where you just deal and that. No. So I don't believe the story so far.
No, I think she's in love with the fantasy.
Yeah, this is pure fantasy.
And that's not right either.
It's dirty. Being a drug dealer is not a clean situation.
Funny. It's not a joke.
There's a lot of desperate people who are trying to make money, and there are a lot of people that don't mind killing someone to get that money, and you are going into that arena.
And a lot of product just flowed in and out of the city. And then she goes on to explain how the flow of the product worked going in and out of Baltimore. She also, two big things come to mind here with what I've read so far. She details two incidents while she was, quote, a queen pin. First incident where she was literally held at gunpoint, where this dude, will say, robbed her at gunpoint, took all her jewelry, her cash, her
and just to be clear, Steph, robbed her because she was selling D's. Like this is she's no victim here. She put herself in these situations and sort of writes the section you sent me here. When I was reading it, it just like so like I don't feel bad for you, girl. Like, why were you putting yourself in these situations with these guys who she admits weren't good guys, weren't safe people. She was even like, shouldn't interact with these people, but all right, show me your money. Great. Okay, I will. Like, it's just all this stuff is not good. Like, it's not good.
No,
it's not. And then there's the second story that's literally soon after she writes about this first one I've referenced, where she is with, let's say, her D boss, the one above her, and they're going down into his basement to collect his stash and some money. And again, she's held at gunpoint whilst this other separate dude is literally robbing her boss. And so she is referencing at least two times in this book while she's being this almighty queen pin, right, where she nearly got unalived because of it all.
Thank you, Grandma.
Yeah, it sounds like she's like if she was dealing drugs, sounds like a very low end. Like even her boss sounds like it was straight. It sounds like she was probably working for someone who was like really very low end. And because you're getting robbed that many times, that means like
the thing is, if you're dealing, people would remember you.
Yeah,
that's the thing, especially when you're in this little clique of a group, just like 50 Cent and Jim Jones and stuff. People remember you. You know what I mean? They don't remember her being relevant during this time. And I agree with the comment. Oh, she's just fanficking from Set It Off. That's basically it. She's like in love with the fantasy.
Yeah, she's pure fantasy.
That's why she liked Tupac, though.
Yeah.
Was right. But as Andy was saying, people have already read this book. I've already gone halfway through it on my end, and they are really, really doubting Jada's whole recollection of her being a queen pin in the first place. Jim Jones apparently skeptical of Jada selling the D stuff as a teen. saying we need to go see if they got some friends that can verify. Andy, what do we know about this?
Yeah, well, he's like a rapper. He's lived in had experiences. I don't know.
They said it the more pleasant way. I think he was like saying we need to find some like drug fiends or something like that and question some fiends in an area.
I'm super familiar with him, so I don't want to be incorrect, but from just the Wikipedia, it sounds like, yeah, and he would know some folks who did this. If you scroll down, there's a little bit of there's a YouTube link right there. You can watch his little exchange that he posted. I guess this is on Instagram. But here, I just like this because he's really calling her out.
Okay, so let's play this now then.
Let's play it.
The thing is, if you sold crack in the 90s, 9 times out of 10, there's still some crackers in the neighborhood that can vouch that he was selling that butter. I don't know where Jada grew up at, but we need to go check and see. They got some fiends that can verify or validify that she was selling that thing back in the. She had that butter on the block for sale.
That butter is what we'll call it, Steph. That's, I guess, the lingo. Those fiends. If any fiends out there can come up and
it's a good new word for drugs. We're going to probably use butter.
verify the butter that Jada was selling, by all means, hit us up. Now, here's 50 Cent. This photo is real. This one really made me laugh. Sorry, got to do it. Thug Life Jada in New York.
Oh, my God.
Okay, who the fuck did that? Who did that? That's fucking...
No, it's 50 Cent.
I'm telling you, that's 50 Cent with Jada, and right there is Suge Knight.
Thug Life, Jada in New York looking for a puppy. You think you're gonna get away with this? Oh my God!
She's in love with this Thug Life fantasy, and Thug Life, from what I have seen, is not a fantasy nobody should be in love with. It's desperation.
It's a desperate situation. It's people that have no choice. They're not given the opportunity to grow up in a safe environment or have a stable home. These people, you know what I mean, they're put into very bad areas, and
they survive.
Yeah.
Looking for Puffy, LOL. You think I'm gonna get away with this? 50 Cent's not having it. 50 Cent, another guy who's been shot 50 times, right? They tried to get him. He's still living. I would say 50 Cent's a thug, right? He knows the streets. Like he's lived that life and survived. And he is not hiding away from calling out Jada. This is the more amusing. But if you go down, I think there was a second one I sent you, Steph.
There is a
second
two
one. Call outs.
Before we get to that, all I'm just going to say is this picture right now calls to mind the Kanye West, Bianca Censori moment in Venice on that boat. I'm just going to put it out there. All right, guys. And if you guys are getting the same thought as well, there's something wrong. Anyways, yes, 50 Cent, the second call out. Yeah, I think we need to do a hashtag Free Will Smith moment.
Exactly. Free Will Smith. Enough is enough. What the F is going on? And he's obviously promoting his liquors. Jada Pinkett realized she sold a lot of butter as a teenager.
Free Will Smith.
Look, to see all these people come out of the woodwork to make fun of 50 Cent.
Definitely you should change the title, like put the end of the hashtag Free Will Smith on the bottom. Put like hashtag
I'll do it right now. I do it in the title.
Yeah. Hashtag Free Will Smith. Poor man. I've seen that meme. Yeah, I feel like she uses her thug life to feel more connected to the community, but man, there are so many others she could have chosen. Yeah, I don't know
if it's even true. I mean, two of the biggest people are calling her out on two different sides of the tracks. Like I said earlier, they've been through shit.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I used to listen to them all the fucking time. So if they're calling her out, I'm sorry, I'm going to take their side and be like, yeah, I want proof.
Yeah.
Way more would know more about this than, say, Jada, right? Jim Jones, all these people coming forward, calling her out. Once again, exposing this woman. I would not be surprised, guys, if we do start seeing more and more people coming out of the woodwork to just expose her for the fraud that she is. Like, if you go back to the Tupac one, like if you missed yesterday's video, which thankfully you guys are watching in droves, thank you. You guys are clicking that one like crazy. If you missed it, I'll make sure it's at the end of this one as well. But we are looking into it. Like, how much is she really telling the truth about Tupac, Steph? Like, that's what's really weird to me. Like, Tupac had a girlfriend who didn't go visit him in Rikers, like didn't want to be there. Like, there's a lot to it. That,
do we have that
like,
video?
how much is she?
Don't know.
I know they have that video. The original video that they watched, it was on TikTok. But I know they have that video.
And how pissed do you think Tupac is that Jada's now like all over him, using him? My soulmate, we were the one. Like, Jada has now pretty much post after death, made it like they are the couple. And it seems like they were indeed friends. Like, I'm not going to doubt that. But it does feel like the Psycho X was now like claimed ownership over Tupac Shakur. And I'm just waiting for more of Tupac's family to come forward and be like, Jada, back down. Enough is ridiculous. If you want to go emasculate your man, who's still alive and allowing it, go do your thing, but keep Tupac Shakur's name out of your motherfucking mouth is what I'm waiting for, Steph. Do you think that's going to come?
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Again, I've gone through half of this book so far, and she's the bear. Does she talk about Tupac a lot? And she talks about Tupac. She tries to make it out that it's a brother and sister kind of situation, but she speaks about him much more warmly and much more fondly than she does of Will Smith.
Well, we knew that before the book.
Whoa.
That's the thing. We knew that before the book.
Oh, Will Smith, you gotta.
I love Grandma.
Sometimes I feel like I just got to run away. I suggest you do that, sir.
I mean, if you're waiting for your sign, Will Smith, this is your sign. Please go be happy without her.
Yeah.
Poor Tupac. Let that man rest. He's not going to defend
The
himself.
question was, do you think the family at some point will speak out and call her BS on her relationship with Tupac?
I'm not too sure. Will Jada, though, stop talking about Tupac? Hell no. Hell no. It's her claim to hip-hop royalty, fame kind of situation, right? Something for her to latch on to make her more important than she actually is, as far as I'm concerned. So I don't think she'll ever stop talking about Tupac, no way. But Tupac's family coming out and telling her to shut the hell up.
No, they won't do that.
Sure.
I mean, you're there for it, like I am.
Oh yeah, if it happens, as soon as it happens, we're doing a video on it. I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah, Chad, I'm curious what you think. Do you believe this closeness to Tupac as much as she's claiming after death? Like, it feels too intense to me. And as we keep uncovering and reporting on the book, let us know if you want us to keep doing these updates. We will. And if anybody out there has some truth about this, and Jada, please, by all means, reach out to us on social, through our email. Check out the description. There's ways to contact.
I just can't believe that she is more fond of Tupac, who has been deceased, than her own husband, who she had 2 children with.
And they got married a year after Tupac was murdered. If I'm correct there.
Yeah, holy fuck.
So her, like, that's not enough time to mourn anything. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
She's not mentally capable of loving anybody right now, and I think she needs to, come to terms with that and let Will go. You can't string a man along. You can't string a woman along. You can't string people along.
Yeah.
That's not right. If she has Tupac taxidermed in somewhere, she probably would. Tana, if she would, if she could, she would. Like, it's just horrible. Will sign, sadly. Stop sign. He's getting confused. He thinks yeah. I don't know. I hope things get better, because it's a very toxic relationship, more so on her side. Again, we don't know what Will Smith, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but obviously what we see is a man, we've seen him break down. We've seen him literally break down at the Oscars. Like, it's, he's going through some shit, and she's not helping. That's the thing. It's always about her. You have a good one, Grandma. Be safe.
Yeah, Mom. Let me see. But anyway, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we could probably, I think it's a good time to end it now. I think so.
We shared our opinions. Mind you, these are our opinions.
Don't sue us, Jada. Don't sue us.
These are only our opinions.
If you sue anyone, sue Tony. He's the
yeah, sue me. I'm the broke one.
Yeah, we always have at least have one broke person on the stream to be sued.
Yeah,
just in case,
sue me. But yeah, do not go after or harass or anything. Everybody has a right for their opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. And thank you, Popcorn Planet, especially because we're keeping on track with that and the Britney Spears thing. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yep. You guys have a good one. And I think Burnt Toast is live tonight in a couple hours. I think 2 hours. She's going to go through the 245 page or whatever, 225 page amended complaint that seems to have grown 100 pages. So
I'll be there for that.
That's going to be quite interesting for sure. Dang, I missed it. Well, you can rewatch the rewatch, and we're gonna try to be a little bit. We're gonna try to get on and off. We'll see what the situation is. We're gonna play by ear with Tony. So I'll probably contact Tony and be like, "Hey, you're good for this day," and he'll give me the heads up if he's good or not.
We won't set anything into stone, but I will try.
Yeah. Anywho, guys, you have a good one. Try not to, enjoy yourselves, enjoy your evenings and everything. Bye.
Y'all have a good one and keep safe out there. Thank you for watching, and we will be back soon.
Bye.